A lot of the research that had been going on prior to the establishment of NCCRE and Mississippi specific program was through, we call it the Marijuana Project, and it's through the National Institute of Drug Abuse. Essentially what that entailed was the scientists every year, they'll receive orders from NIDA, FDA, DEA, I'm not sure exactly which one of them, and they'll say, okay, we need you to grow this much cannabis that's potent in this particular cannabinoid or this particular strain or leans indica or leans sativa. Fun fact, and this is so cool, we actually have the biggest genetic repository of any sort of cannabis seed genomics. And so anything they say, it's so cool. Like literally, it's this tiny little thing of plasma. They can do germ cell cultures and grow a whole room full of plants just from the tiniest little, I mean, you can't even imagine how small these specks are. It's really cool. So like, for example, this year, the feds instructed them to grow a high THCV concentration. And so what they're looking at there, THCV is being investigated in a therapeutic application as an appetite suppressant. So that could be a really cool thing. And so like that, for example, is what the NIDA research is. What we're doing at NCCRE is a little more focused, and it is a little more centralized to Mississippi, to our population. Most of our studies are focusing specifically on either drug-drug interactions with drugs that we know that Mississippians are primarily utilizing, like I said, antidepressants, opioid medications. We are also doing shelf life and stability studies just to make sure that these products on the shelves, how long some of those compounds are actually staying active. Is there any sort of breakdown that's happening past a certain point or in certain forms of cannabis? So I think that's going to be a really good thing. Yeah. So like, for example, if you have flower sitting on the shelf for a year, the state says it has to be retested at that point. So what we're looking into is, okay, well, if it's been sitting there for a year, does it actually lose any of that potency? What's actually breaking down? Or is this potentially a cost barrier to the industry and to the patient? So you can see how this has bigger implications. And then another one that I'm really excited about, we are actually doing a study with cannabis as a potential use for substance use disorder treatment. So I think that that's going to be a really great study. It's got really promising hypothetical results so far. We're just kind of getting started. And what's neat is we are sub-granting and sub-funding these from within the agency. So NCCRE has X amount of funds. Then we solicited proposals from the whole pharmacy school, the whole University of Mississippi, and said, give us your best shot that has to do with cannabis science or education. And then we picked, I think we funded 4 different projects with that money. So really exciting stuff going on.